I'm a persecuted Christian taught in video, which means I'm the target of a secret program that's been working to tyrannize and oppress me for many years in disgusting and despicable ways. It's called government gains of control videos. And I'm not responsible for what other people using those terms say. There's a lot of people are crazy talk, just how the government covered up. They're so desperate. It's like they're worried about the truth getting out about this. It's like they need to control the narrative. How the government works to cover up government gang stalking of total videos, as it's called. So it's like there's many tiers, that's what you call it. Like this program you taught with, it's called government gang stalking total videos. And to cover this up, one of the things the government does to cover this up and keep it secret is to have fake total videos active online, make videos claiming to be total videos, and make it sound really crazy and unearthly. So the government pays people to claim to be total videos, make videos about gang stalking, and then discredit with crazy talk. Yeah, I'm a total video. Hey, crackhead, get a YouTube channel, upload videos saying you're a total video, and it'd be like, and it's I got a brain chip implant, I'm remote controlled by satellites out of space, or the space reptilians are stalking me, to try to discredit the topic by association to all these crazy talking fakes. That's how it works. So yeah, I'm a total video, I'm the target of a secret persecution program. It's a program, okay? When I say I'm a persecuted Christian, it doesn't mean it's like just organically lost people that wake up one day and feel like don't target me. These people get recruited into a secret program. So I'm the target of a secret program of people recruited to target me in real life and online. With psychological warfare, chemical warfare even, intermittently. Food poisoning is part of targeting. So it's a slow murder program. The program works to destroy a person's mind and body over time. And just destroy your life, okay? And it's a program which means people are paid, recruited, put up the target for the program. And it's called government gang stalking, but it's a program existing in Sweden and America. And obviously the government knows about it. So at best you could argue that, well, it's like, no, of course the government is connected to it. Who controls the government, such as the deep state globalist? Okay, so it's not as, oh, the government doesn't know, but they had some fake, it's a fake community. 90% of so-called TS are fake government agents, and they work for the program. So just like the government can get people to be agents stalking targeted videos, they can get people to have a job. Just like these people have a job to shop in the supermarket, like average Joes, they're a government agent. And like I go to shop and there's people that sent there by the handler to mess with me, make me harassed. That's part of targeting. Every time we go out of public, there's 5, 10, 15 people. If I go to the supermarket, there's 5 people in the supermarket, they're shopping. They're agents for the program. They walk around there with a handler. I have earplugs, but we have like an earpiece, like a micro earpiece, or like a headphone, like the iPhone one. Where it's like they walk around, they have a handler in the phone in the ear. And they be told to do and say certain things around it. So just like the government can recruit people, and I say the government, which might be not the most precise way to explain it, okay? Because it's going to be by proxy and something like that. But the government is responsible for what happens in the country. So if the Swedish government knows, and they do, that there's a secret program persecuting people in this nation, they're not stopping, which means they're allowing it to happen. So if you could prove like, well, the government is not actively participating in the program, it will still be not being correct to say it's government gang stalking. Because the government would know about it, not do anything to stop it, which means they'd be enabling, allowing it to happen. See, it'd be like if the government knew, oh, this police department is super corrupt, and like the government officials know it and they don't do anything. Now they're part of cover up, they're part of like super keeping this. Do you understand? So, now here's the thing. I'm a total video talk about secret program. Who controls the government? The American government, the Swedish government, is the deep state. So I'm a persecuted Christian told in the video. And notice how I'm different than other fakes you see. They are fucking ugly, crackhead looking idiots that sound real fucking nutty and claim to be taught with satellites in outer space and all this crazy talk. So that's by design. They pay fucking crackhead types and like riffraff piece of shit most of the time to play the role of being a total video online. I'm a total video, hey, make a YouTube channel, George Bukowska. Okay, I'm a total individual. Oh, the government is attacked with direct energy weapons in outer space. You see? To discredit the topic of government gang stalking on videos. So if I'm like, I'm gonna talk the video talk with a program called Government Gang Sock, someone, oh, that's curious, interesting, maybe that's true. They go Google it, and it's the videos of people like, yeah, I'm gonna talk the video. Here I am with my team for help to protect myself against the satellites out of space, frying my brain or something like this. But oh, this is crazy paranoid schizos. So I guess Mike must be crazy too, because everybody I see talk about is a crisis. And it works on dumb people like Edward P.F. See? So anybody claiming to see, because like you Google this, like everybody who's not me pretty much, that will show up in search results to be government paid crazy talkers that have a job to cover up gang stalking. But like the government want to cover up not letting being inside job. They pay people to make a YouTube channel, be like, yeah, now I have an inside job and the earth is flat or something like this. So be like, oh yeah, these people talk about nowadays, so they're nuts. They're the type of people that believe the earth is flat and space reptilians rule us all, something like this. That's part of how they control them. So, yeah. Delayed reaction doesn't mean no reaction. It's not the same thing. Yeah, so I'm a persecuted Christian. I'm talking with secret persecution program called Government Gang Stalk. I told the videos. And I've been taught it for 10 plus years for this program. Yeah. So I'm a part of a secret persecution program, and I might start referring to it as government gang stalking, and I use other terms to explain this, but it's institutional persecution. It's a program that works to oppress and target people with force. And part of target is in this neighborhood, there's people are sent out when I'm out here to walk past my back and I do skits. Okay, they can be told there's people that live in this neighborhood. There are agents. I go outside smoking. Somebody gets told to go out and walk their dogs, and put on a green shirt and a yellow hat and walk past this guy's balcony and like call 3 times for this. So after a while, you notice who's an agent in the neighborhood and get it sent out when like coinciding with correlate where you going outside like this person leaves again, same time after exit is called. That's one of the tactics the program uses. It's called same time after exit. Where you go outside, it's like the same person or same people. It's like over and over again. Somebody maybe like you leave and they leave right after. It's like you go outside, there's the same neighbor over and over, like over and over when you go outside. It's like the same time you go outside, someone else leaves, and it's happening too often to be chance. There's subtle visual harassment tactics too, where it's like they work to. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it could be different, but they start a new theme for a week. It says I'm standing smoking with somebody's over there, the apartment complex, and they got a yellow hat on them. It's like I look, and then they do something else. It's like, oh, okay, it looks like it could be one of these people. And then it's like next time I go outside, there's somebody in that house with a yellow hat, and it becomes like a pattern. It's like a lot of times the people end up appearing in public when you go outside are wearing like something yellow, okay, like a yellow hat or something like this. Now you start noticing the pattern. So it can be very subtle. It's like you go to the supermarket, there's always somebody with a yellow hat that shows up in different people each time. Something subtle like that. So the target is like super subtle, like it's sophisticated. It's designed to make you feel harassed without other people noticing it. And then that will be the light. It's like the psychological warfare. We feel stalked and harassed. They're also spying on you. And part of the harassment tactic is relaying things, referencing things you recently settled down in private. if I would like end this live stream, call my Christian wife, in a video call, and talk to her, they might have somebody after I go out here smoking next time, a stranger walk past the balcony and use a word or sentence I use on the phone talking to my wife. To like make you feel violated, you have no privacy, we're spying on and watching every move. That's part of harassment tactics too, where you can't tell. It's like you don't have access to my private life. If I'm out in public and the strangers, there's like it keeps happening. I go into a supermarket, there's like a stranger, two strangers like having a conversation, they're kind of parroting what I said on the phone recently or something like this. That's part of the target. Or a video you watch on a computer or something. That's part of the target. References. Recently settled down in private. These are some of the psychological, target tactics. Veiled threats against you and loved ones is part of targeting. This physical attacks is part of targeting. They spray with chemicals or being outside on numerous occasions. Yes, I've been told for 10 plus years with intense persecution, I've remained strong. Thanks to God. I'm not smoking a spliff, that's a hand-rolled tobacco cigarette. Yo, how we feeling? Stopping a silly person. Smoke a spliff, learn how to spell. You're supposed to do it. It means spliff. I don't smoke marijuana. This could be one of these government agents. Also, the SAHA perception management. I'll explain the tactic. A lot of the comments I get on my YouTube channel are government agents, government cyber stalkers work for this program. Notice I've been talking about a conspiracy, and they work to discredit me. Like Mike smokes hand-rolled cigarettes. I sent somebody in here insinuated he's smoking marijuana. So, he's a crazy paranoid stoner. See, right after that, I get the word about a government conspiracy. See, it's like I'm the target secret. It's like we need to discredit perception management. See, that's a big part of what they do with these online agents. It's like I talk about I'm the target secret persecution program. People are paid to harass me, target me. It's like we're worried about people believing the truth he's speaking because he's getting word about this. It's true. See, so the same program doing these things to me. Like send these cyber stalkers, people work for a program to write how much marijuana to smoke every day, how much crack to do to like kind of insinuate, give people to control people's perception as they hear me speak the truth. To be like, oh, it's like how you enjoying that marijuana? Like, get the impression to people, it's like, oh, he's smoking marijuana, so maybe he's a paranoid stoner, and that's why things get us together, piece out together. I don't smoke marijuana, I smoke hand-rolled tobacco cigarettes. Smoking marijuana is illegal in Sweden, so I'm not so dumb that if I was breaking the law smoking marijuana, I'd be doing it live on YouTube. Okay. But that's an example of the subtle perception management. So notice that. It's like, I'm congruent with me speaking truth to these instances. And this is a repeated pattern since I document that. It's like I get the word about government things, so I could send somebody to be like, this guy's on crack, don't believe him, kind of. It's like, this guy's smoking weed. It's subtle perception management to give people control people's perception to be like, I think this guy's on drugs. to kind of get other people that are more likely to think that I'm on drugs and paranoid and think the government's out to get me. So it's trying to discredit me. So I'm speaking the truth. They don't want people to believe it, so they work to discredit. Since the message is true, they have to try to discredit the messenger speaking the truth. That's what they're doing. This little agent here. Yo, how we feeling? Smoking a slip. Let's go. Oh, I see. Government agents. Is it legal in your country? And like just being like irking and like annoying. So this is one of these cyber stalkers that work for this program. That's what I think. They were sent here to do low perception management. Same. If you pay attention, you see there was a filter in the handled cigarette, which indicates it's not marijuana, because people smoke marijuana don't use filters because it filters out the THC. Okay. I don't do drugs, I take supplements. I don't even eat sugar. I drink coffee, take vitamins, that's it. Then intermittently I drink whiskey. Now it's been 2 weeks since I had a drop of alcohol. I hadn't had a drop of alcohol for like 2 weeks now. So they're real worried about me reaching the amount of people I believe through my YouTube channel, and they're worried about the word getting out. They like me exposing this conspiracy. It's like me speaking the truth about this, that's dangerous to them, because there's a conspiracy in society where there's a secret pool of people are agents and they get put up to do weird things, and they're worried about the truth getting out about that. So that's why they need to work hard to try to control people's perception of me in different ways. Yeah, so part of the talk is every time out in public, these people get sent out in public. Now, it's not that every person you see when I do the IRL streams, like if I film around myself, I'm not saying that every person is an agent, but there's some people. So it's like a daily movie where I go to the supermarket, and there's like people come into the supermarket after I go in there, or who are already in there, okay, because they anticipate my arrival, and they will do say things to let me know they're part of the targeting program, which means like, oh, here's one of these stalkers, like paid stalkers that always go, like every time I'm out in public, these people get sent to go where I am. And if I have an open chat, these people get sent to cyberstalking chat too. So that's the type of stuff that's a big part. The bulk of the target is being stalked. Hence the term gang stalker. So it's a gang, a bunch, a group of people. You stalk by multiple people. That's part of the target. This is a modern day global version of the Resetton program. And the former head of Los Angeles FBI, Ted Gunderson, confirmed that this is real, that it is a program. What I'm saying is a program stalking, spying, harassing me. Okay. Ted Gunderson, from the head of the Los Angeles FBI, who was a government whistleblower, confirmed that government gangs on tolerance is real. Okay. He also blew the whistle on human trafficking, like elite child sacrifice and pedophiles, before they became involved. See, that gives him more credibility. First of all, it gives him credibility. He was a government insider in America. Ted Gunderson, former head of chief of the LA FBI department, he became a conspiracy, like a person exposing government corruption, and he did like the talking circuit. So back in like the 80s, 90s, whatever, they would have like conspiracy, like prophecy talks and things like this. They had some Christians would have it. And a conspiracy, they'd be like Fritz Springmeier would be doing that circuit. It'd be like prophecy night, or like, understand it, they have like conferences. There'd be somebody like Fritz Springmeier, Ted Gunderson, and people are like whistleblowing about conspiracy, okay? So this type of stuff, okay? Before they had like a YouTube and a big thing like this. Now if somebody wants to do that, they can get a YouTube channel or something, this become a TikTok streamer. Like that, back then it'd be like you have a conference night and there's like speakers that are booked. People like Fritz Springmeier, he's that type of person. So he used to work for the Los Angeles FBI department, be the chief of the FBI. He started whistleblowing, Ted Gunderson, and he confirmed the government gang stalking is real. And way before, it's like you hear about Pizzagate and things that is being talked about. Some of these things might be fake, but Pizzagate and Epstein Island was like human trafficking and elite pedophiles and things like this. He was out here on YouTube being a government whistleblower and said this is something that happens in America. Human trafficking, children get abducted, and part of rituals and weird things. He was whistleblowing about this. And another thing he whistleblew about was government gang stalking. He became a target himself for speaking out. See? So it's like it's something that they can flip on people that are a problem for them. So Ted Gans started whistleblowing, they flipped government gang stalking on him. I think that might have been where it's like that made him start talking about it. I think he might have started talking about it after he became a target of it. It might be one of these things where it's like, maybe it's like, well, it's like hard to get people to believe that possibly, but once he becomes a target himself, he might not have another choice person. I don't know. You have to go to the motivations. But Ted Gunderson confirmed that government gang stalking is real. So when you hear me say that I'm a target video target with government gang stalking, quote, I'm not the only one saying that. The former head of Los Angeles FBI, Ted Gunderson, said that there is a program called government gang stalking target videos. Okay. And most online TS are fake. So if you search these terms, gang stalking or target individual, government gangs, you see government agents. So they recruit people like crackheads. That's a lot of the times the type, like a crackhead or some riffraff person. To get somebody, get a job, get a YouTube channel. Okay, targeted Tony, Planet Pat, like somebody who's got a small or big YouTube channel. Get a YouTube channel, claim to be on video, and then make yourself look and sound crazy to discredit the topic. That's the agenda. See, it's like I'm a real TS speaking the truth about the topic. A real program is happening, speaking the truth about it. And then you notice that I'm different than all these other people researchers. The people are government agents. They're like, hey, get a YouTube channel, targeted Joe or something like this, and make videos. It's like, I'm a targeted video. They attack with microwave radar assaults and ELF weapons, satellites on bouncing energy beams at me, and microwave radar assaults and things like this. Like any crazy, unearthly crazy talk. Seth Dan is a Christian crazy talker. Seth Dan, that's a Christian crazy talker. He also, so the government cover up gang stalker with crazy talk. Okay. And I got that term from Chuck Langenberg, a former TI who got murdered by the program, I believe. They got him in the psych ward and murdered him in the psych ward, that's what I believe. Okay. Before he got put in the psych ward and died inside the psych ward, he was on a radio show, and somebody claimed to be got an insight from the court said, like, you can expect to get a visit from Mr. Pipeworks or something like this. It's like targets that have a public identity like you, Chuck. They either go missing and people wonder what happened to them, or they come out here and be a crazy talker. It's like, if you like me or Chuck Langenberg, that's dangerous. Like, there's a real TI knowing the truth about the targeting. It's not an agent who's out here whistleblowing about it. It's like, now the race is on to either end your life, to kill you, take you out, or to get you to stop working for them. And you'd be like, I got a brain chip implant, they beam voices into my head or something like this. So now you're discrediting the topic, like talk about gang stalk, claim to be a TI, and then make yourself sound like a paranoid schizophrenic, which gives people the idea that search this to be like, oh, targets are paranoid schizophrenics, they think they got a brain chip implant and satellites that target them. It's the same tactic used to cover up other conspiracies, like, let's say there's somebody writing about Epstein Island, something like this. It's like, yeah, Epstein Island is real, and they're flat Earth. Okay, or 9/11 being inside job, somebody's whistleblowing about it. It'd be like, yeah, make a YouTube channel, 9/11 inside job, by the space reptilian, okay, and the Earth is flat, and so like this. So get the simple concept. Remember, I told you that how they cover up real conspiracies with crazy talk. So they have fake conspiracy theories, fake target videos, fake truthers. They pump up crazy talk. That's a big part of how the Illuminati work to control the masses. Like if there's a conspiracy, 9/11 inside job, or Epstein Island, or government gangs are target videos, they work to shadow ban and make it hard to find people like me that are getting the truth out about the conspiracy, like make it hard to find you. And then they work to have people talk about this conspiracy and then discredit by association to fake conspiracies, crazy talk. It's like, do you understand? So they have fake TIs out here that have a job to claim to be TIs to talk about gang stalking. Yeah, they support government gang stalking. I'm a target video. Target videos are indigo star children from outer space with RH negative blood, and we're star children and satellites out of space are frying our brains or something like this to make it sound really nutty and crazy. Okay, so it's like discreditation by association. See, so if there's a real conspiracy like Epstein Island, and I knew about it before it got like exposed, somehow I knew about it, and I'm out here making videos. There's a conspiracy called Epstein Island. There's an island where the elites go and have sex with minors, something like this. They have other people like make videos. Yeah, there's a conspiracy where there's elites that have sex with minors on islands, on the flat Earth, okay, and space reptilians. It's the space reptilians that possessed by to make them want to do this, something like this. They'd be like, oh, this is something that like somebody hears about. It's like a conspiracy about an island involving the elites. The same person also saying they're space shape-shifting reptilians from outer space, and they work to cover up the flat Earth. Which gives the impression like people that believe in this conspiracy are paranoid schizophrenics. See, it's like people that are out here talk about this conspiracy, they're all sounding real crazy, and that's on purpose because that's the job to cover it up. See, that's how it works. So if you look at me, Ted Gunderson, and Chuck Langenberg talk about the gang stalking program, it's completely different than all the fakes. So most crazy talking TIs, notice that you search gang stalking talk, you see people talk about here's some favorite talking points that they hand that tells to include the videos. Favorite cover up, discreditation, misinfo, disinfo talking points used to cover this up. It's directed energy weapons. Favorite talking point of fake videos. Direct energy weapons. Electronic harassment. V2K, which stands for voice to cranium. Notice how it's so obvious they're trying to make people think targets are paranoid schizophrenics. Because of organic paranoid schizophrenia is auditory and visual hallucinations. And sometimes paranoid schizophrenics are really have this mental illness for real. Have like conspiratorial ideations where they believe that the target of secret conspiracy, the dentist put a chip in the brain, that's where the voices they're hearing is coming from. See, it's like the government put a chip in my brain, that's why I see visions and hear voices. Because, do you understand? So it's like they try to get people to think that real TIs like me are paranoid schizophrenics. Which I have people sometimes I go on Poon's panel, I'm somewhere, they know me as Ton Video, and maybe in between, like I'm a guest on Poon's channel now and then. And it's like in that community, I've become known as like the guy who's into vitamins and is a target video or something like this. So sometimes they're trolls and I'll be like, what are the voices in your head telling you, Mike? Because one of the times I'm like, I'm a total individual. Okay. Maybe it's a troll like, this guy's crazy. Like, no, I'm not crazy. Maybe your job is to be one of those people that show up where I am to control perception. I'm here on a community, on a live stream. There's 40 people watch live. I'm saying I'm a total video, target government gang stalking. So it's like somebody's in the chat, this guy, what are the voices in your head telling you, Mike? And I've never said I hear voices in my head, see? Okay. But so either it could be somebody's organic, like saw me one time on the show, and it's like heard me say I'm a target video, and then after the stream ends, they go search, what is it, target individual gang stalking, and they see Scott Snitzer video show up, or Captain Horton. It'd be like, yeah, they radiated your brain with satellites, and they definitely like beaming thoughts into your head for target individual. And that's what they see, okay? So it's like, oh, Mike is a paranoid schizo because other people have a job to make us sound crazy, to cover this up. It's like they project things onto me that are putting words in my mouth. Like you don't hear me say I got a brain chip implant. I don't see or hear things. So, yeah, okay. I'm a persecuted Christian, told the video, told with secret person. So this is kind of like, after talking about it so much, I figured out the bullet point facts. It's like little, like a script on the side. It's like this. I work these lines into my videos to get the word out. I'm a persecuted Christian, told the video, told with a secret persecution program called government gang stalker, told the videos. See, notice if you want some endorphins and feel good hormones, chemicals, I don't recommend watching porn or eating sugar. You get out there, walk, take a brisk walk, you get the post-laborious exertion endorphin flow, aka the runner's high. See, I saw a pastor recently, hey, if you're out there looking for endorphin rush instead of watching celebrity gossip, why don't you eat some candy? Okay, now candy is poison, it's sugar. Satan wants Christians eating sugar. So I would recommend people that want some kind of endorphin rush. You do what I do, you exercise for it. And it's not a certain time, okay? It's like how intense are exercising. So 5 minutes of like intense weightlifting could give you a runner's high that it would take 20 minutes of jogging to get or something like this. Like if maybe you take a 30-minute brisk walk, you get the runner's high. After that, you have like feel good endorphins there. Maybe 5 minutes of like intense weightlifting could give you the same effect. So it's not about the time spent exercising, it's about the exertion level. So it's like this much exercising at this level for this long or this intense for this short, you can have the same effect, like the runner's high. And people that have treatment-resistant depression, That's actually one of the like diagnostic tools. Was like if somebody is reports being depressed, which means like they're always like they never feel like really good. They have an inability to feel good. If they watch a funny movie, they don't get enjoyment. They play video games, nothing makes them feel good. Okay, that can be part of clinical depression. The diagnostics help can be like if you tell the patient to exercise, like to hit the gym and exercise for an hour. After that, do you feel like good? Because there's something like an endorphin rush called the runner's high, where if you exercise intensely, you have like afterwards, you have like you can have a giddy, like excited, good feeling. Okay, and I get this sometimes. I had to push myself to a certain level, and it can change from day to day. So if I've been sleep deprived, like I put an all nighter, I'm already like stressed by not having slept. My body is not as energetic. So exercising a third as much is like it. Do you understand? It's not like a certain level. It's not fixed. It can be like if I've been awake all night and I didn't eat for 20 hours or something like this. It might take less intense exercise to get that. Now for today, for example, I put on a bulletproof vest like my plate carrier, and I've upgraded it. Do it yourself up armor. I mean, I upgraded the protection level from level NRJ 3.8 to maybe somewhere close to 4. Maybe it's like 3 plus or something like this. And not only does it make upgrade the protection, but it's a weighted vest. So some people I see them in YouTube videos that they got like a vest with sand in it, like a weighted vest that they walk around with for exercise. Now what's smarter? If you're gonna be carrying weight in a vest, why not have it bulletproof? So I'm gonna be walking around carrying weight. It's like if I'm gonna be doing that anyway, it's like why not have it bulletproof? So you're wearing something that's bulletproof in case somebody you get in a knife fight or somebody starts shooting at you, something like this. Like the rare small chance. You got a weighted vest that also stops a bullet. If you're gonna have a weighted vest, why have a weighted vest that doesn't stop bullet if you can have a weighted vest that stops bullets? Okay, see, it's just common sense. Okay, so anyway, I made it more protection-y and heavier. Okay, but see, I made it more protection-y and heavier by adding ceramic tiles, mosaic tiles. And that's my own design. Do it yourself upwarming on my bottom vest. So what I did, and here's the thing that now I might have people like AR500 shields come in here and be like, that sucks, it won't work, because it's like I'm teaching people how to make their own body armor, like take the level 3 to level 4 or something like this, without paying AR500 for it, okay? Or some other manufacturer. I won't be surprised, okay? I won't be surprised if I make videos like how to upgrade your armor protection level if they send somebody's like AR500 sends some shield to be here. It's like, this sucks, okay? Just buy a AR500 plate or something like this, okay? I wouldn't be surprised. I had somebody once when I made a video on my old YouTube channel showing people like how to upgrade your body armor, do it yourself. And so okay, that would sucks. It's never better off buying a commercial or something like this. There might be somebody who's like, I don't know. Well, here's the point. It'd be like if I taught people how to do their own plumbing in the home, and it's like a business, plumbing business. I would be surprised if someone here would be like, that is gonna break your pipes and everybody will drown in the neighborhood or something like this. Okay, because they think they might lose business if people can get this done themselves. So here's the point. Now some things is better to do a professional. I would recommend you start doing your own plumbing. Okay, if you got a water leak, you get it fixed the right way. And most people are unable to do a professional job. So if you're unable to do a professional job as an amateur, then you hire a professional. So here's the point. Hello, babe. I make a crochet now. My signal is bad. Okay. Before I came into West Life and preached the gospel, she believed she used to listen to ghost stories on the Thai radio. Okay. And I augmented this pre-existing habit and started teaching her Holy Ghost stories from the Bible. So the Bible is a ghost story because it's the Holy Ghost, the Holy Spirit. The words of Scripture are the words of the Holy Spirit, aka the Holy Ghost. And there's stories in there. It's like this story, a lot of times it used to be like fake fiction. But it's like this story. So I'm here to tell the story about what happened yesterday. Yesterday I was taking a shower and I fought in the shower. and then it stacks about. It could be like a funny story, something that happened that I'm telling a story. So it's like a historical account. So it's like the story of Christ's crucifixion. Okay, Adam and Eve. That's a story. It's like this happened, then these two humans were in a garden, and this happened, and then this, and then there's a snake. See, and then there's God, and then this happens, and then humans are sinners. That's why we have sin. And then later on, it's like you're gonna go to hell. There's a lake of fire. That's what hell is. And it's stories. Okay, so the Bible is a ghost story. It's a well, it's a little bit inaccurate, but the Bible has a ghost story because it's stories, historical accounts, records. Jesus Christ was born, then this, okay, and he did this, and it's the words. So it's stories written by a ghost, okay, the Holy Ghost, a spirit, see, Holy Spirit. So, do you know that's kind of interesting? Where I believe God put me together with we, okay? And I was praying to God to help me find a wife before I found we. And I prayed to God to find a good wife. And because I'm a Christian, I'm not going to settle for bread. I'm a Christian, I'm just marrying an unbeliever or something like this. Now, I'm not supposed to marry an unbeliever. Being unequally yoked together with unbelief, what fellowship has light with darkness? So he did believe in infidel, Christ of Belial. Okay, can two walk together lest they be agreed? Amos 3:3. Okay, these some verses regarding this issue. So you're not supposed to marry an unbeliever if you're a Christian. That's another thing. That a lot of men are so desperate and porn addicted they can't control themselves. So it's like if at the average Christian man who's single, if the government would send like a Delilah agent into his life to be like, can I get up with this guy so we can have an agent? This is another thing. Some people have respective others that are government agents and they don't know it. Okay, because deep they want to play God in people's lives and micromanage things. And be like, hey, this Christian here is soulless. Like, let's get him involved with a woman who's an agent for us. That's a lot of you have wives that are government agents or husbands and things like this. It's like the Stasi. Okay, so well, here's the point. So part of me being protected from getting involved with a government agent, especially as a total individual, that want to get you to become friends or have date somebody's government agent, like a Romeo or Juliet agent. Part of what has protected me from that is having high standards and being intelligent and sharp and having discernment. See, where it's like I can detect who's an agent and who's not. So anyway, it's the point. We is not an agent. So here's the thing. This is God is praised me. So I prayed to God. I was single for many years. After I was in a long-term relationship with a woman. It ended, and I decided to remain single. Okay, and for a while I was like hoping she would come back or something like this because I'm like a pit bull love. If I love somebody, I don't let him go, which is the normal, unless you ruin yourself and you like train yourself to have shallow, superficial attachments to people. You sleep with people, and your boyfriend, girlfriend for a year break up and switch to somebody else. Like if I end up being in a relationship with somebody, it's serious, and I become deeply attached to them, and I'm not just gonna be like, oh, willy-nilly get rid of them or something like this. So it's like I do understand. So after it ended, it's like, oh yeah, you know what? It's like if she comes like, hey, I want to get back, I'm open for that, okay? But if not, it's like I'm gonna stay single, okay? And a lot of people are not strong enough to remain single. It's better to marry than to burn. Okay, it's better to marry than to burn. It is better to be as I am, he said, a man who was single. So the ultimate highest level is as a Christian you get saved. It's like you're like a monk and you just serve the Lord. That's all you do. That's your main focus. I'm just going to be serving the Lord as a single Christian man. Now, it's better to marry than to burn, which means if you're a man, it's like you can't be out in public because you're just like so horny, like you lust and it becomes interfering. You're out sobering, you see cute girls, you start having raging boners, and it's like you can't focus on sobering because you get so horny. You're burning in your lust. See, it's better to marry than to burn. It's like if you're so burning in your lust, it's like it makes it hard for you to focus on things because it's like the lust of the flesh is like you burn in your lust. See, burning the lust one toward another. So that scripture has the scriptures. See, God helps me understand the scriptures. When it says it's better to marry than to burn, does that mean you're going to go to hell? No. Burn, it's like burned in the lust one toward the other. Men with men work that which is unseemly. See, it's better to marry than to burn. Now let's talk about Christians. It's like it's better to be single to serve the Lord, but it's better to marry than to burn, meaning burn in your lust. Where it's like if I'm single, it's like I'm out doing so many to serve the Lord or something like this, or go to work and I constantly have like lust, and it's like I see cute women, I feel horny, and it becomes distracting. And do you understand? It's like I'm walking around burning in my lust all the time because if that's the case, it's better to marry. So whatever is the point. I prayed to God to find a good Christian wife, and God blessed me with a good Christian wife, a virtuous woman who can find for prices far above rubies, a quiet and meek and quiet spirit. So we is like a Proverbs type woman. Even before she became a Christian, she's a good stock, understand? Even before she became a Christian, she was close to lining up with like Bible descriptions of what a good woman is. Meek and quiet spirit, shamefacedness and sobriety. Okay, she's not drinking, drugging, she's not living chaste, not even a Christian. Before she became a Christian, she was like living like Cinderella in the Disney movie, without like the component of like she's got bad parents, like Cinderella, do this, okay, like overbearing, like taskmasters afflicting her with heavy burdens. That's not the issue. But in Cinderella, in the way where it's like she had a home stitching and sewing stuff, not going out partying, just taking care of the house, cooking and cleaning and taking care of pets and the home. Okay, so and she has a meek and quiet spirit. Okay, so I prayed to God after being single for many years that He'd help me find a wife, a good wife. Okay, and God knows what a good wife is. See, God knows what a good wife is because He's got Bible chapters on what is a good wife. He'd find a wife obtained favor with the Lord, something like this. Something like this. This verses. Notice how, but if you know enough scriptures, you use the word like wife. It's like this AI algorithm. It's like here's a verse about a wife. Okay, it's like talk about something. Here's a verse on the topic you talk about right now. That's how my brain works. If you know the scriptures and you like talk about something, you see a bird. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and there's without form of void, or something like this. You see the sun, the heavens declare the glory of God, and firmament through His handiwork. It's like a jukebox. I look at the sky. The Bible is not playing my mind. The heavens declare the glory of God, and firmament through His handiwork. For the visible things of Him from the creation of God are clearly seen, be understood by the things that are made, even the upon Godhead. There's one advantage in all the scriptures, where it's like it's real. It makes it more real. Your walk. It's like you live in a world where it's like these Bible verses are constantly, but God is not in all your thoughts. See, and you cast His word by the wayside and things like this. It's like going one way out the other. It's like, oh, it's the word of God. I don't care about it. See, and God is not in all your thoughts. See, the word of God keeps penetrating my consciousness. So it's in my thoughts. I'm going to talk about, I see the sky. In my thought, it's a thought, a Bible verse to pop out. See, so that's one of the advantages of the scriptures. Which like you talk about topics, you can quote a Bible verse on it. And what is the source of understanding anything, having wisdom, understanding? The word of God. See, so it's like, what is the Bible on this topic? Like relationship, what's a good woman is, there's some Bible verse about that. So I pray to God to find a wife, a good wife. So obviously God knows what a good wife is. And He knows specifically, in general, what makes for a good wife material. And He knows, like specifically, it's like what type of woman that I would be attracted to, what personality, if some specifics will fit with me. So I pray to God, help me find a wife. And I pray because I'm already predetermined I'm not going to get into a relationship with somebody if they're not a Christian. Okay. I'd rather burn than to marry an unbeliever. See? Okay. So, so I pray to God to help me find a wife, a good wife. And I pray that she will either be a Christian when I meet her, like encounter her. So I'm praying that God will be a divine matchmaker, help me find a good wife. And I pray that this woman that I'm asking God to help me find, okay, and encounter, will either be a Christian when we meet, like already, or be open and receptive to the truth to the point where she ends up becoming a Christian after we meet and start talking to her. God has answered this prayer. Where He helps me find a wife that's a good wife and somebody who's really open and receptive to the truth, so that after I start speaking to her about God, she ends up getting converted, see. And God knows positive relation. God knows, like, this woman, if I bring Mike into this person's life, she'll be attracted to him, he'll be attracted to her. And I know her heart, that if Mike preaches the gospel in the way that I know ahead of time he will do it, she'll end up being converted by it. See? Okay? So, just anybody if that's a Christian that has a saved woman, that's more or less of a miracle, because there's like less than 1% of the population that's a saved person. So if you're a saved man, okay, it's like statistically, it's like a miracle if you end up finding a wife. It's like almost like a miracle. Let's say there's like 1 in 100,000 women in America that's a Christian woman, and you're not attractive enough. So it's not like any woman who's a Christian is like, hey, I want to marry that, like you can count on her want to be with you. Okay? So if there's other Christian men that are more attractive than you, good luck. Okay? So here's the point. Okay? If you're like a Christian hobo, it's like a poor night and ugly and fat and lazy. And you look at there's some other Christian men that are kind of like handsome and not like despicable in different ways, but more attractive. So what is the point? If you have a wife, that's a miracle of itself. So if you're a Christian man, able to find a saved woman for a wife, that's like almost a miracle. Anyways, the point. So I pray to God for a good wife, somebody's other Christian will meet, or he's open receptive enough to the truth that I'm becoming a Christian after me that I start talking to. God answer that prayer. So there's different types of soul. There's the parable of the sower. The seed is the word. Some fell on stony ground. Okay. Some had no roots, and so birds came and picked it up and it falls on stony ground. So the saying open receptive is like just the heart soul, the soul of the heart, like how receptive people are to the word of God. And God knows possible volition. So God knows if somebody preaches the gospel, this person not believing it. And if the Christians are praying to God that God, I pray you help me find somebody who's open to the gospel, will get saved if I preach it to them. If you really care about that and pray about that, and you keep doing soul winning, maybe within 10 years, God will make you cross paths with somebody that after you preach the gospel to them, they get saved because you are praying that God will bring you together with somebody that's like open to the gospel, and if you preach it, they get saved. So I find we start talking to her about God and the Bible and preach the truth to her. She ends up getting saved, and she's been saved maybe 2 years now. 2 or 3, okay, at least 2. So that's God be praised for that. God help her with that. And she's a good woman. Most of the time, if she shows up watching my chat, it's like I make a crochet recently the last 6 months. A lot of times, the first comment or one of the first I said, she bought 3 love emojis, and then I make a crochet now. So a lot of times that's what she's doing. So she shows up, so watching, she tells me what she's doing. She sees what I'm doing. Okay, like he's smoking and talking, and she's like, I'm eating or something like this. I'm about to go to bed. Okay, so just make a crochet. Maybe you can make a crochet handle. Maybe you can make a crochet sleeve that you can put on here, on the handle, like for cushioning. It can be good if you're covert carrying EDC knives, if you're like an EDC knife carry person, to intermittently practice deployment. So it's like right now I'm standing in this position smoking, and it's like why not do 1 repetition of deploying it without looking with 1 hand? See, and that's it. See, it's like to work that in. It's like today I'm carrying in this way, wearing these clothes. See, this jacket where we're now and then, and I'm practicing deploying one-handed while standing leaning against something without looking. Okay, so that's you notice that part of daily life, everyday stance, combat stance. So the combat might start as I'm standing like this. Understand? Let's say, for example, to explain this to you, if you're into knife fight, much on self-defense. Let's say right now it's like I hit the window break in the kitchen, and it's a crackhead that comes through the window, it might be right now I need to get my knife out and turn around, and he's almost at me at that point. See? Do you understand? If you think about this, if you're covert carrying weapons for self-defense, and you're like a knife guy, yeah, I got a knife. Why do you have a knife? Well, for a tool, and also I could use it for self-defense. Okay, like okay, well, if you think about that, if you have the knife in the drawer in the bedroom, and it's like if you need it, it's like let's say as a scenario, see, so that can also be part of the preparation and training. Imagine scenarios. So like let's say right now, if I'm standing here smoking on a YouTube live stream, you hear a window break in the kitchen, okay, and I turn around, it's like a ladder that came up or like a repelling hook, like a what this time that becomes more James Bond movie knife, it's sharper, so somebody repelling down stuff like this. But here's the point, okay, so it's like it's like this SAS, like they're in an embassy. Like they have a blasting charge on the window, and they come through there with MP5s and like all black and stuff like this. So what is the point? Uh, okay, so okay. Now, most likely, for the average person, not person, but like statistically, if you end up having a home invasion, it'll be a lot of the most likely opponent will be like a crackhead looking for his next fix. Like a crackhead armed with a crowbar that he just used to open the door, or a screwdriver that he used to open the lock of your door, or something like this. Like somebody that had a crowbar, broke a window, or a pipe, stuff like this, and now they're in your home, understand? So if the government wants to take you out, well, they could hire a crackhead to do that, like to like, oh, it was a burglar, it was the government getting this guy to take him out or something like this. Now, they're more likely to try to make you have an accident or poison your food or shoot in the leg with a dart gun or something like this and want to take you out. Now, here's the point. More likely. It depends. So, once again, one of the most important skills to practice, if you're a covert carrying of a weapon, a gun, be it a gun or a knife, okay, or both, is practicing rapid deployment, see? Because if you got a knife, and it's like, I had to get the balance here. I've already had a government, people make reports to get the SWAT team to come get me because it's like this guy's crazy, he's got knives, and like people are with malicious intent trying to get me in trouble. And some of the people that made reports put it like this: I wouldn't be surprised if they are people that have targeted me for the program before. And after I start whistleblowing and getting specific and like naming names and stuff about people abusing me, the same people call reports, this guy's crazy, get him in the psych ward. Okay? It's like people break the law in harassing for the government. And then you rant about it in YouTube streams reactively. And then the same people that broke the law and abusing you call the cops and say you're crazy and put them in the psych ward. Okay? Because you don't retaliate with physical violence. You know you had opportunity to after they bully you, but you reprove the unfruitful works of darkness. So instead of like, yeah, I'm gonna be vindictive, this person bullied me for government program, next time I see it, I'm gonna get in a fist fight. That's not how I'd be responding to it. But it's like, bite my tongue, don't get violent when they're abusing you, okay? And then it's like, but I have to do something. Like keep speaking out about it. This has happened to me. People are paid to talk with passive aggressive, narcissistic dog abuse tactics. Okay, and then it's like, oh, the same people involved, and I called this psych ward. This guy's crazy, put in a psych ward or something. And that's part of the program's goals is to get you in a psych ward to discredit you. Also, it's easier for them to, if you're a part individual, if they can get you in prison or a psych ward. It's like I can't make live streams getting the word about government conspiracies in prison. They don't let you have like a YouTube channel in prison where I can keep the work of like exposing government tyranny, or it's a secret program harassing people, or whatever else, share the gospel or something like this. So the Illuminati deep state are like, what Mike is doing now is a problem. That's part of why it became a total video. What Ted Gunson was doing was a problem when he was whistleblowing about government gang stalking. See, that's why they tried to take him out. Chuck Langenberg too. That's why they kept working towards getting him in the psych ward. So not only can, if they get you in the psych ward, you can be falsely diagnosed as mentally ill, and then if you come out, it's like they don't murder you in the psych ward. But it's like if you get out there, it's like now you're a falsely diagnosed paranoid schizophrenic who's out here whistleblowing about a conspiracy you're claiming to be a target of. Okay, which really doesn't have the credibility in society. It's like, oh, the guy who's got diagnosed as a paranoid schizophrenic is out here talking about how he's the target of a secret conspiracy. Okay, do you understand? It's like sluggish schizophrenia. People that were criticizing the communist regime, they had like a weaponized psychiatry thing going on. It was like somebody's like criticizing the what is it called, Communist Party, like maybe like a blogger or this or like pamphleting the evils of the Soviet Union or something like this. They'd be like snatch you up and be like, oh, you got sluggish schizophrenia, you're mentally ill, okay, and this do you understand? So that's the risk for targeted videos. It's like you're whistleblowing about a secret conspiracy, and the same government responsible for the targeting, those the accuracy of words responsible. So I don't have to prove that they're doing it. But since they're responsible for what transpires in Sweden, if there's riots in the street, the government is responsible for there being riots in the streets. Either by making the country the point where citizens have to riot, or like, do you understand, like stand up, or it's like they have Antifa rioting on every day in Sweden, burning down houses, and the government didn't stop it, and responsible society getting to the point where people are doing this type of stuff. Do you understand? So it's like this is also part of uh, morality, where it's like if I'm a father, if I, God willing, if I'm able to uh, leave Sweden and move in with we and live with her in the flesh, and we get children or something like this, it's like I'm responsible for what happens in my house. So if my son would have a gun at home, I'm responsible. Like if he's got drugs in his home, I'm responsible. Like why is my son having drugs in his home? Like why would he get into doing something like that? Maybe I didn't raise him right, and I'm also responsible for like what goes on in my household. Now there's certain things that is like it's their fault and have to discipline them, but ultimately the authority, the highest authority, is responsible. Okay. So it's like if people are being abused by a secret program in Sweden, even if the government wasn't running it, the government is responsible for that happening. Okay. So anyway, here's the point. Yeah, anyway, so here's the thing. If you're COVID carrying weapons for self-defense, and you want these people like EDC carrying at home or in public, COVID carrying. Now, to make it clear, I at home carry weapons, okay, EDC, at home EDC, which means it's not legal to have knives on in public in Sweden, which is why I don't, okay. So here's the point, or any other weapons. So, but in your home it's legal. So, if you're carrying COVID carrying weapons, and one of the hypothetical uses was like, well, I have this as a tool, I've opened Amazon packs and cooking or like things like this. And in case there will be a home invasion, somebody's come out with a weapon, I have a knife on me, that's better than nothing, okay? It's like you don't want to be in a fist fight against a guy with a crowbar. It's better to have a knife if you get into a crowbar fight, okay? Don't bring a fist to a crowbar fight or something like this. So it's like, it's something. Now here's the philosophy too, that's part of it. And I've been teaching this like to Swedish people, like home defense, just some basics, okay? There's a lot of people that don't really think about this. Now here's the point. So, first of all, I have a spear, which is one of the best home defense weapons, and I made videos teaching Swedish people how to make a do-it-yourself spear for home defense, letting them know that this is one of the best melee home defense weapons you can have, a spear, better than a baseball bat, better than a machete, mostly due to the range advantage, meaning if there's somebody coming to your house, they're armed with a melee weapon, which is not unlikely that somebody breaking into your house is going to be a crackhead looking for something to steal to buy drugs and so forth. There's a lot of the people statistically who break into houses, okay, are people that are desperate and they're looking for crack money, so they break in to steal somebody's TV or phones so they can sell it and then buy drugs, okay? There's people that are desperate and looking for the next fix. A lot of like home invasions, burglaries, car thefts are done by desperate drug addicts, okay? So statistically, if you're faced with a home intruder, one of the most likely type of people be is like a drug addict who's looking for his next fix. And the crackhead loadout, okay, it's like melee, okay? The crack, okay, a lot of time. Like the crackhead loadout, like the character build and the like the skill tree and the perks and things like this, it'd be geared towards like like speed, stamina, and it's like light armor. Okay, and the crackhead build will be light armor with like stat boosters. Okay, it'd be like plus 10 melee, plus 10 stamina. Okay, now it depends if the jonesing or if they're like under effects of drugs, something like this. But maybe if they break in, they're more likely to be like out of drugs and looking for drug money, okay? But if they have like the jet, okay, it's like in Fallout, like jet, it slows down time, makes it move faster, and things like this. So what is the point? So which is why my build is like to be sober and have like the crackhead effects, like plus 10 stamina, athleticism, endurance, speed, plus 10 melee, and things like this. And a lot of it's like training and diet, and things like this. So here's the point. Here's the point. Yeah, so if you have sort of break into house in Sweden or America, like statistically, most likely it could be somebody who's like a crackhead, somebody who's desperate, they break into somebody's house. So like low level criminal crackhead, like junkie, who's like out here breaking into houses, steal cars to get something to sell, they can buy crack. So now if it's like if the CIA wants to kill you, that's a different thing. Okay, that's a different threat level, and there's a different. Okay, this is a different thing. Like if the CIA is like plotting on taking you out, that's a different thing. There's like a crackhead going into your house mainly to steal things from you, and they might be pose a threat to your safety. Like as like, oh, they're in here trying to stop you from stealing the shit, you like attack them, stuff like this. So here's the point. A good home defense weapon for people either live in places that basically for places where it's melee only. Okay, so in Sweden the only legal weapons you can have are melee weapons other than bows and slingshots. Okay, so you could have like a slingshot, you could have a bow. Okay, you can't have a crossbow though. You can have a cross, but you can't put a bow on it. Okay, so you can have like a cross on the wall, a crucifix, but if you mount a string on it and make it springy, and it has a trigger device, you can't have a crossbow, but you can have a cross, you can have a bow, but you can't combine these two things together. Okay, so anyway, okay, so you can't have a crossbow, but you can have a bow. Now for melee weapons, one of the most effective melee weapons you can have for home defense, if you like look at melee only, if for some reason that's what you're looking for, either to expand what you already have, or it's like you're living in a place where you can only have melee weapons legally. A spear is one of the best home defense weapons you can have, mainly due to the range advantage. So if someone breaks into the house, got a machete or a crowbar or a knife, you have a spear. Okay, typically people breaking into houses don't have like a 2 meter long spear. Okay, like walk around going somewhere to break in because it's kind of obvious, like openly carrying a spear. People, cops don't like to get caught. So, anyways, the point. If you have a spear, you're outranging most other melee weapons. So if somebody comes to your house to break into your house, you crack it, you got a crowbar, a machete, or a screwdriver. If you have a spear, you can touch them before they can touch you with their melee weapon. So it's like a cracker comes to the door, they have a crowbar, they open the door, you got a spear. So before they can touch you with their crowbar, you can touch them with your spear. So it's like they trying to reach you, like you can reach them with the spear. So it's like if they're coming after you, you can touch them with your spear before they get close enough to touch you with the crowbar, whatever they got. So the main advantage of the spear for home defense is the range advantages that it provides over common melee weapons of the type that are likely to be carried by somebody breaking into your house. Okay. So it's good for defensive. You can also find a strong point in your home and defend that with the spear, and you can reach around the corner. And for example, if you have a like quality cover next to the door, you can be behind quality cover and attack the doorway with the spear, and you're only exposing part of your body, not your vitals. Like blind attacking around the corner with the spear. That's not a thing you can do. Okay, so it's for strong point defense. So here's the point. Now, just because I have a spear that's in my bedroom right now, okay, that's where I got it right now. I got it in a corner in the bedroom, okay. Now, if the bang right now, there's a crack in my house, come through the window, he was able to get the door. It's a pretty strong door, okay, but if he was able to get through the door somehow, either the door or the window, it's like if he appears there, he's in between me and the living room where I got my spear, okay. So it's like now I had to get through him to get to the spear, and maybe he goes to the bedroom and he finds the spear. He's got a spear now. Okay, so this a weapon that you have on you beats a weapon you don't. Okay, so it's like a katana sword that's in my bedroom on a wall stand. It's not as good as a knife I have on me when I need it. See, so it's like if there's a cracker in my living room right now, the katana on the wall or under the bed or the baseball bat in my bedroom is not as good to me right now as the knife I have in my pocket. See, that's smaller, but it's like the better. The weapon, the best weapon you have is the one that you have on you when you need a weapon, not the best weapon that's like somewhere. Do you understand? It's like, well, yeah, a saw, like a squad automatic, whatever. You have a squad automatic weapon. If you have like a light machine gun, an LMG, like a 200 round belt on it, a 223, okay. It's like, yeah, that would be really good for home defense, okay. Now, if that's like in the garage or something like this in the gun safe, and you have like a 9 on your hip, that's the better weapon, the one you have on you when you get in a gunfight, okay? So the gun you have on you when you get in a gunfight is the best weapon, not like an optimal weapon that's somewhere else, okay? That's not in the gunfight. So here's the point. Like a gun in the drawer does you no good. A gun in your hand does can do something. So part of the EDC self-defense weapon carry is practicing deployment of it. So if you carry it covertly, and it's like no matter how you carry it, it's like if I had a folding knife, that's not that complicated. If I would have a folding knife in this pocket, it's like it can still be good to practice. Like sometimes kind of fidgeting, just like around the house, it's like get the knife out and deploy it. See? No matter what type of knife you got, it's a fold knife, a fixed back, and no matter how you're carrying it, just practice deploying it. Okay, and maybe assuming a guard, and then maybe attacking. So I want to practice the deployment. That's the important part of knife fighting, EDC, and with guns too. Now, if you're gonna be training with guns to protect from like negative discharge and like misfires, you want to have like snap caps and clear the weapon. So like you don't just walk around with a gun that's like hot and loaded and then start pulling it and things like this. Because it's just a lot of people have shot things accidentally that way. Like they pull the weapon, they shoot it or something like this. So you want to, especially if you train at home on a gun range, you want to have like unload the weapon and then clear it and possibly put some snap caps in or something like this. And you for practice, like drawing it and aiming and pulling the trigger for this type of stuff. Okay. There's a clip, I saw a clip. It's like a guy who's a firearms instructor at his school. It's like, I'm the only guy in this room who's qualified to have a weapon. And he like pulls the gun and shoots himself in the leg. He said, I think it was a DEA agent or something like this. They had like one of these, like cop comes to school day, and they have a video of that. And it's like, he tried to go before destruction, how to speak before fall, possibly. But it's like, I'm the only guy in this room who's qualified to carry a weapon. And then he pulls it, poof, he shoots himself in the leg as he pulls it, okay? After saying he's the only one in the room who's qualified to carry a weapon, okay? So, which kind of looks a little bit strange, okay? Oh, now this type of stuff can happen. So anyway, here's the point. Yeah, train. It's like if you get a weapon for home defense, self-defense, you don't just have it. Like you buy a gun and put it in the drawer. Or if you be buying a gun, it's like if whatever weapon you have that you intended to be able to use for self-defense, you get it in your training. Okay, that makes sense. So I'll show him my spear. Another advantage with the spear, I've taught this before. I kind of prove what I'm saying. So I'm not going to show you all the weapons that I have, but here, another advantage of the spear is I can defend like the keelson of the doorway here from behind cover. So this is a concrete wall. This can stop bullets, okay? And I can remain behind cover, and this is the doorway, and I can attack the doorway, the kill zone, where intruders might enter. Do you understand? So here, I'll show you. So even against firearms, you can defend with a spear. So here's the door, see? Here's a concrete wall. So I can reach all the way over here from behind cover, see? Which means I can even no-look stab like this, see? And I'm keeping my head and my vitals behind cover. The only thing that appears is my fist, and it's a small moving target, see? and it can attack low and then come high. See, so that's another advantage to a spear, depending on the layout of your home. That would be a strong point, like a defensive position, where you can defend the doorway with a spear. So even against people armed with guns, it can be dangerous to them, because they can't hit you through that concrete wall like most calibers, and you can hit it with the spear. So they had to go through the doorway if that's the entry point, and then you can attack around the corner. So it's like all that's appearing behind cover is like this. Okay, like this for a moment here. See, stab, back, stab, stab, back. It's like I'm saying, it's like a fist that's moving, and it's just, and every time it appears, it's attacking. Okay, and then back behind cover. It appears attacking, and then back behind cover, which means it's hard it's not super easy to hit it. Okay, so that's not advantage of a spear, where if you defend the entryway here, the doorway, if all I have is a knife here, see, I'm behind the cover here, so this is a concrete wall. You can see the black curtain that's over the door. If all I have is a knife, and there's someone come through the doorway, if I want to attack them, I have to expose myself. I'm out of cover now, see. Here I'm behind cover, so it's like bullets flying here can be stopped by the concrete wall. Okay, and you can wait, like explore out and stab as they're getting closer. But if I want to engage with them, like in the kill zone in the doorway, I had to expose my whole body from behind cover. Okay. Now with the spear, I can maintain cover and stab around the corner like this. And all that's exposed is like my hand. See, you see, this is spear. See this. See. See. So that's not advantage of the spear. You can also use it in conjunction with ranged weapons, if you want to. Meaning it's light enough to with one hand. You can have a ranged weapon in the left hand, depending on what type of ranged weapon it is. Maybe that's why I don't want to have crossbows, because you could like have a crossbow in one hand and shoot bolts. You could have a spear in the other one. So maybe you can have, like, if you train the skill of using a bow with your teeth or something like this, you could have a bow and then pull it like this, and it has some kind of device where you bite down on and it releases it. So you can have like a bow like this, a compound bow, okay, like this, and like the teeth are holding the actuator, and then you have something else in the other hand. I'm being facetious. It is a deep self. I made a video showing people how I made that. So, a spear is one of the best home defense weapons you can have, like legal in Sweden as a legal weapon. I saw a video, actually, show up about that. Where it was a guy, I don't know if it was in Texas or wherever, some guy who lived in an RV, I think it was, like one of these mobile homes. And it was like a news story. He had a home intruder, and he was able to fight him off, and he had a spear, actually. So it's like they had a news report on that. So it's like, yeah, the guy came in, I was sleeping, then somebody came through the door, I got my spear and attacked them, and they like ran out bleeding the other way. Okay. So I would recommend a spear for home defense that's light and nimble enough to be able to wield it single-handedly with one hand. That's the one that I have, where it's light and nimble, because it's not a war spear in the Middle Ages where you need to start using to stop cavalry chargers, so like a 500-pound horse like running into whatever the pound of a horse is. Okay, I'm on the metric system. But it's not like something that's like long enough to you're gonna like absorb the impact of a horse crashing into it, something like this, or use it like all day as a pikeman fighting people in heavy armor, and it has to like survive impacting armor and stabbing things repeatedly without breaking. Okay, so it's not like military grade of a spear. which a lot of times means made by like the lowest bidder, okay? Okay, and not necessarily the best quality. So here's the point. There's things that might be higher quality in the military grade. Like this military grade. But it might be things like on the civilian market are higher quality than our market is military grade. A lot of times it gives you some intel if you're into knives or something like this. So it's like, for example, like a AK-47 bayonet. There's like, if you find out like the Russian army used this bayonet, and it's like can be mounted on a rifle and also used in the field to cut barbed wire and dig with it as a small entrenching tool, and you can use it like sharp things with it. It's like if it's strong enough to be like standard issue in the army and made to survive like intense field use and not break the first time you stab someone or something like this, that can give you some like just at face value. It's like if this is the standard military firearm in this country, they're unlikely to buy 50,000 of them if it's super low quality and it's like likely to jam and things like this. So it does say something as it's like the quality, it's like a certain level is likely to meet if it's also certain designs. It's like one of the best fighting knife designs would be a trench knife where you have a brass knuckle handle and a dagger blade on it. We can both punch with the handle, you can stab with it. The 1918 World War I trench knife, for example. That's like a proven design that I feel in the army. They use that for close range fighting in trenches, like meter weapon. In World War I, you can search 1918 trench knife or World War I trench knife. Another like used by the military proven design is a Fairbairn Sykes dagger. Yes, I'm a target of secret persecution for called government things on videos. The word about the word again about that. Because it's true. It's a conspiracy, it's true. I'm targeted with a secret program worker to target me. And the government doesn't want the word about this to get out. They don't want people to wake up to this. Speaking of the border I talked about before, that's my do-it-yourself upgraded body armor vest. And what I did to up level the protection level and also make it heavier, meaning it makes it more weighty as a weighted vest, is adding a layer of ceramic tiles to it, ceramic mosaic tile, and then duct tape. So the steel plate itself is NID, and then it's a layer of ceramic tile on it, which in of itself, ceramic tile in conjunction with duct tape can stop bullets. So a layer of ceramic on top of the steel plate certainly raise the protection level. Now maybe if you add 2 layers, it'd be like level 4 or 5. I don't know. I didn't test it, but it's gonna make it. It definitely raise the protection level. The question is like how much. If it made it upgrade to a point you can stop at 223 or a 762 by 39. I don't know. Okay, you have to test it. Maybe at a certain angle. So okay. So here's the point. It definitely makes it stronger. The question is like how much stronger. Even ceramic tiles with duct tape in of itself, without like a steel backing layer, that can stop bullets. Okay, I've seen a guy who proved that, like he some kind of hillbilly guy, and he like ceramic tile body armor, duct tape and ceramic tile. So he bought ceramic tiles and duct taped them, and then he tested. He went through different calibers. So it's like shot with a 9, okay, stop with 9. Another plate, okay, so try like 45, try this, and he went all the way up to rifle calibers, 223, 760 by 39. So that's the way you can make do-it-yourself body armor, ceramic tile with duct tape. Regarding this live stream, told me, well, I might do a cooking stream today, we'll see.